Hi there guys, this is DCRS here, and today I'll be doing a Rents and Rulings discussion on mask change, as you can see right here. Now, mask change is a very important card since it's reprint since the structure deck. So yeah, very important, very important, because a lot of people these days, in this case from certain places like the YouTube or online, like Dueling Network, and also locals and stuff, they have pretty much a not understanding of how mask change works. Not understanding pretty much of how mask change works. So mask change has two specific parts to its effect. Its first part effect states that it targets one hero monster you control. So after that, it has a semicolon which separates the first part of the text, of the effect of the text, and the second half of the text, in this case 3/4 of the text I should say. So basically, targeting the hero is the cost. The targeting the hero states that it has to be face up. It can't be face down when you target it, because technically it's not a hero monster if it's face down. Because both players must know that it's a hero monster before you target it. So a lot of people don't know about that, because I've seen videos and stuff. Well, I've seen one video pretty much on Mecha where he targeted a face down Bubbleman, which you can't do because Mask Change states that it has to target a hero monster, and since it's face down, it's not actually a hero monster. So that's kind of confusing to why he targets face down. So yeah, both players have to know that's a hero monster first before sending it to graveyard. And also, it's not a cost to send to graveyard, just to have a heads up. So, second part effect says, send it to the graveyard. Also, after that, if it left the field by this effect, special summon one masked hero monster you control, well, basically it's you control, from your extra deck with the same attribute that the set monster had when it was on the field. Now, notice the brackets actually I should say, brackets. It says its original attribute if face down. Basically what this up-to-date errata states that if the monster was flipped face down after you targeted the hero monster, it will still get sent to the graveyard when it's set face down by a card effect. So, for example, you control, let's say, Shadow Mist, or Bubbleman, or Koga, no, Angdala, no, Eucelius, or basically a normal level 4, or whatever hero monster you control, because Mask Change states to target a hero monster. So you target the hero monster, then your opponent responds with Mask Change, or a card effect that states that it will flip a face down. So after that, when the monster is targeted and flip face down, Mask Change will finish resolving after the chain. Well, it's the first part of the chain Mask Change, and they respond with Chain Link 2 with a card effect that flips face down. After it resolves, Mask Change will finish off its effect and send the hero monster, whether it's face up or face down on your side of the field, to the graveyard. So when it's sent to graveyard, it can send to graveyard, then you can special summon a hero monster from the extra deck. So basically, it can be either face up or face down to send to graveyard. So not that hard to understand. I don't know why people are complaining. Basically, they just skip the whole entire text of the card, and they just read the first line, and it said target one hero monster you control and send to graveyard. That's pretty much what they think about. They think that it's a cost to send to graveyard. No, targeting the hero monster is the cost. Elsewise, your opponents can respond to the targeted part of Mask Change. So whether it's on the field or Forbidden Lands, actually, if it's on the field and get Forbidden Lands, then Mask Change will resolve without effect, and it won't send to graveyard, because after it resolves, it sends graveyard. So yeah, Mask Change is one specific card that is very, very important to the current errata change. So yeah, they pretty much read the first line of the text, and then they only read the brackets that states its original attribute face down. So basically they just thought about it being face down, it will still work because it was hero monster. No, that's not how it works. Mask Change has to activate on a face up hero monster. So both players must know it was face up hero monster. It even said in the ruling section of Konami. Konami actually posts rulings about this in the ruling section of this wikia, and also in their question and answers by official Konami people. So if you go to the card rulings in Yu-Gi-Oh! Wikia for Mask Change, card ruling section, you'll be able to see the OCG rulings. Basically, these were OCG. So if you can't find a proper rulings on how this card works, OCG is sort of similar to this, so you can use OCG rulings in response to the TCG rulings. So because OCG kind of overrides TCG if you're going to use their rulings, but anyway, it gets a bit complicated with rulings and stuff. But this is pretty much the basic terms when it comes to playing Mask Change. So first part of the OCG ruling states this cannot be activated during damage step. Of course, it can't be activated during damage step. It's not a speed spell 2 or damage dealt. Basically, attack points or defense points changer in a way, or negation stuff. Okay, this card's not treated as a fusion summon. This is what people think in a way, that it's a fusion summon. No, it's not a fusion summon. It's special summoning from the extra deck rather than fusion summon. So when Mask Change resolves, if the targeted monster is no longer in the field, since it cannot be sent to the graveyard, you cannot special summon a monster from your extra deck. That is true, because it has the states, because the new writer text of Mask Change states, if it's still on the field, your side of the field, you can send it to the graveyard, but if it's not on your side of the field, Mask Change won't resolve, it'll fizzle. So yeah, that's one thing you have to worry about when you're worrying about Mask Change. If the monster's not on the field, Mask Change won't resolve. Okay, fourth part of the ruling say, when Mask Change resolves, even if the targeted monster is face down, it is sent to the graveyard, and you can special summon one Master Hero monster from your extra deck. In this case, the special summon Master Hero monster must have the same attribute as the attribute of the targeted monster. So face down, it's targeted of the original. Basically, if the monster had the same attribute face down, you summon the same attribute. Pretty much, it's similar to having a face up, like I explained before. If the targeted monster is banished by the effect of Macrocosmos, you can special summon one Master Hero monster with the same attribute as the target monster. Yes, this is true. Let me explain. Mask Change is not a cost to send to graveyard. So, for example, you can still Super Poly under Macrocosmos or Dimensional Fissure, because it states that sending the only cost of the first part of text is for Super Poly, it's discarding. That's the part of cost. The first part of cost, then it'll resolve normally. Mask Change is sort of similar, and also similar to other types of effects that aren't cost related to sending graveyard. Like Mermails. Mermails are cost. You can't use your Mermail cards because they require you to send to graveyard, so Macro doesn't allow you to send your Mermail monsters to graveyard because it's cost. But for Mask Change and things that don't have a cost to send to graveyard, yes, it allows you to send your monster to graveyard without a cost to send graveyard. It's not hard to explain, not that hard to understand, not too hard to get confused of. It's just you have to know how things work when it comes to costs and non-costs. Since Mask Change is not a cost to send graveyard, you can still Mask Change under macro types of plays. If a monster whose original name does not include hero is being treated as an element of hero monster by effect of hero mask, Mask Change can be activated targeting monster. Okay. Hero mask states, I don't want to open up another wiki page. Basically, what mask change, hero mask, sorry, not mask change. Well, I'm talking about mask change, but hero mask states that the monster you target becomes a hero monster. So hero mask will work under mask change because, or its original name is actually not a hero. Let's say I use hero mask on my effect veiler. Let's or what's another good example? Shadow hedgehog. Okay, that's another example. Okay, its name will change and it'll become a hero. Any hero monster you want. Doesn't really elementary monster. It doesn't really matter. Shadow Mist, let's say Shadow Mist for example, because you get a plus off that. It becomes a name for Shadow Mist. Then you can play Mask Change by normal players because its name is now treated as a hero monster, elemental hero monster. So Mask Change will work on it. Now, Master of Gurkha. Oh, Gurkha. Oh, these two names are very mixed up. Gurkha is the fire one. So basically, for example, it states that it can be targeted by defusion. After defusion activates, the monster is returned to extra deck, but since it's not actual fusion summon, it was an actual fusion summon, the monsters that you use for mask change won't be summoned because it's not an actual fusion actual fusion summon, because it was counted as a special summon, I guess you could say. Like similar, yeah, it's a fusion. It's pretty much a special summon from the extra deck. That's the best way I can explain it. Not an actual fusion summon. There's two ways of special summoning from the extra deck. A regular card effect special summon that is special summoned from the extra deck, and like mask change, and also polymerization or anything similar to polymerization, which fusions from the extra deck. Which summons from the extra deck, I should say. Okay, Mask Change and Mask Change 2, or Mask Change 2nd, can be activated even if the effect of non-fusion area is being applied. Mask Change and Mask Change 2 special summon a Master Fusion monster, but is not fusion summon. Yes, this is true, because as I said before, Mask Change is a card that special summons from the extra deck. It's not an actual fusion summon, so it's a special summon, not a fusion summon. This is basic knowledge of Mask Change, which you need to know about if you were to use heroes at your locals or regionals or YCSs, etc., etc. Or you can ask the judge; they'll probably explain it for you. So Mask Change is a card that special summons from the extra deck. It's not an actual fusion summon. So this card you have to know. Also, the last part of the text, last part of ruling states that a face-down hero monster cannot be targeted by Mask Change. I said that early on in this video, so yeah, it's true. You can't target a face-down hero monster because no one knows what that card is at the moment. It could be a Man-Eater Buck. It could be a Raikou, Black Swan Beast. It could be anything that is level 4 under when you set, or tribute set. But yeah, Mask Change, you have to target the monster face up before you finish off. Well, basically resolve text. That's the best way I explain it. You can't target a hero monster that's face down. You have to target it face up. Both players must know that it's a hero monster before resolving Mask Change. So yeah, and references can be listed below if you want to check them out. And I'll also post a link to this in my video description. So if you want to look it up, look it up. So this is a Rants and Rulings discussion about Mask Change. Know your rulings about Mask Change and you become a better hero player. This is DCRS, and I will be signing out. See you guys in my next video if this video becomes popular. Or if you enjoy this type of Rants and Rulings thing, I will make more of them. So yeah, this is DCRS, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.